Okay, welcome to the next session in this series. Before we start with the question 103 in this session, then I want us to go back to 102 because we made a mistake right here. Okay, so if we have 91 over 24, then we cancel out 24 goes into 91 how many times? 3. The remainder is going to be 19. Here we made a mistake and put 9, so it is wrong. Okay, because 24 by 3, how do we get? 3 by 4 is 12. Okay, carry 1. 3 by 2 is 6 plus 1, 72. So 91 minus 72 will give us what? 19. Okay, so the remainder is 90. So our answer will be 3 whole number 19 over 24. Okay, cool. So that is our answer. That is our answer. 3 whole number. Let me leave it like it so that we have our ready to be the answer. Okay, this is the correction. Okay, cool. Let's move on to question number 103. It says arrange the following fractions in ascending order. So arrange this in ascending order. So what we can do is change these to fractions so we can see which one is bigger or smallest. Okay, so now the first one here is what? 3 over 4, which is the same as 0.75. Okay, and the second one here is what? 3 over 5, which is the same as 0.6. And the fourth one here, okay, let me write it properly. The fourth one here, 2 over 3 is the same as 0.667. So in ascending order, which one is the biggest? Sorry, in ascending order, which one is the smallest? The smallest is 0.6, which is what? The second one, which is 3 over 5. So 3 over 5 comes first, followed by what? 0.6 followed by 0.667. And 0.667 is what? 2 over 3. So 2 over 3. And last but not the least is 0.75, which is 3 over 4 in ascending order. Ascending order. Okay, so that is our answer. That's our answer. 3 over 5, 2 over 3, then 3 over 4. 3 over 5, 2 over 3, 3 over 4. That is A. 3. That is A. Okay. Now let's move on to question number 104. 104 says express these correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so we start counting from the first significant figure. Let's write it down. 0.0063075. The first significant figure is what? 1. Sorry, 3. So we count from there. Sorry, from 6. We start counting from 6. 1, 2, 3. So we end right here. But this number here is greater than 5, so we need to round the 0 up. Okay, so finally our answer will be 0.00631. Okay, so that is C. Cool. Now let's move on to the next part. Now we are done with the previous chapter, which was what? Chapter 2. And chapter 2 was about what? So it's about real number system. Okay, real number system. Now this last part that I want to solve is a different chapter, but because that chapter is just 2 questions, I'm adding it under this real number system playlist so that we can easily have it at the end. We don't have to create a new playlist for that. Okay, so let's go to chapter 3, which is factors, prime factors, and the rest. Okay, so now question 1 says find the LCM of this, and this. Okay, So let's put them in nice boxes. Nice boxes. Nice boxes. Nice boxes. Okay, so we want to find the LCM, the least common multiple of that. So what we can do is we need to find each of the prime factors here, which is 2, 3, and 5, 2, 3, and 5, 2, 3, and 5. We need to pick the ones that have what? The highest exponent, because those will be what? That will help us get the least common multiple. Okay, so each of the prime factors, which is 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, we look among these three prime factor groups, multiples, and then we see which of them has the highest, and then we pick it. So for 2, we have the highest to be what? Exponent 3. So we pick that out. So exponent 3 times, and for 3 we have exponent 4. Okay, 3 exponent 4. And then for 5 we have exponent what? 2. 5 exponent 2. So this will be our least common multiple. Cool. Because we took the highest. The reason why we are taking the highest of each of the prime factors is because that will help us to what? For example, if this is the highest number, if you multiply it and we find this to be the highest, then this highest will be included here. I don't think you are getting it. Now, for example, 5 can go into 5 twice, right? And 5 squared can also go into 5 squared. Can go into 5 squared once. Okay, it's similar here. 3 exponent 4 here. So 3 exponent 2 can go into 3 exponent 4. And then 3 exponent 4 can still go into 3 exponent 4. If we were to pick 3 exponent 2 as the LCM, this prime factor LCM, then we would have a problem, because 3 exponent 4 here won't be able to cancel 3 exponent 2. So that cannot work as the least common multiple. Okay, so we need to pick the highest ones. Okay, cool. So that is our answer. Cool. Let's go to the next part, which is number 2. It says, what is the least value of P if this is a perfect square? Now, in order to be able to get a perfect square, each of the numbers over here must have their power to be an even number, so you can have a square. So for example, if we're to have 2 squared times 3 squared times 7 squared, this would be what? This would be a perfect square, because we would end up having what? 4, 9, and 49. And if each of these are what? Perfect squares, you can take a square of this, you're going to have 2, a square of this, you're going to have 3, a square of this, you're going to have 7. Okay, so each of the numbers here need to have an exponent of what? An even exponent. So that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to try to do. So now let's take the first one, 2 exponent 3. Now this is not an even number. 3 here is not an even number, so we need to make sure it becomes an even number. So let's multiply another 2 by it. So it becomes what? 2 exponent 4. Okay, cool. Now the same for 3 here times 3 exponent 3. This one needs to be an even number, so let's multiply another 3 by 8. So it becomes exponent what? 4. Okay, similarly you need to do similar for 7. So this becomes exponent what? Times 7. So this becomes exponent 2. Okay, so now if we bring it here, 2 exponent 3 times 3 exponent 3 times 7 exponent 7 times 2 times 3 times 7, Then this portion is the new part, which is what? So times 7 here. Yes, 7. So this, we have it here. So this P will be this one. And that will give us what? 42. So 42 is our answer. So our answer is 42. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for being patient until this session. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the chapter 2 and chapter 3 combined. Most of it was chapter 2, and then chapter 3 was just these 2 questions. Okay, if you have any questions, just drop me a comment in the comment sections. I know that maybe most of the things you're not going to get the proper understanding from just these videos, but I'll try to my best to make it short, as simple as possible. Okay, but if you don't understand anything, just drop the comments, or you can reach out to me in my emails or my phone number. Okay, all right, thank you so much, and see you again in the next series, which will be chapter 4. Thank you so much. Bye.